Hello, my adoring fans, and welcome to a throwback episode to our second day in Japan, our first full day. You see here we were in a temple. Well, just after that, there was a little sneaky extra thing that I left out so that my parents wouldn't get worried. So I had to take a quick trip to a hospital. Well, technically two, because the first one didn't have anyone who spoke English. And that was because my ear was being a bit weird. So for about a week, I hadn't really been... It felt like I had a bit of a thing pressing in my ear, it felt like a lot of pressure in the middle bit of the ear, and I couldn't really hear properly out of it. This is the waiting room, by the way, and, it just wasn't really doing its thing. But the second hospital we went to, the doctor was very good, very quick. They did a hearing test. They were like, yeah, you can't hear a bit. Then he had a look at his little camera in my ear, and he was like, well, I think you've got some kind of ear infection. So he gave me some pills to take, which you will see in a second. And the middle bit of my ear kind of slightly improved. But I will leave it up to current Alex to explain fully what has happened. Adios! Hello again, my adoring fans. It is current Alex. So to give you a bit more detail, we obviously love the voiceovers, but it's a bit easier with just me talking at the camera without the pressure of it running out of time. So basically, for like a week in Bali, my ear was feeling very blocked, kind of like when you get off a plane and it hasn't popped yet, but a bit more extreme. And my voice was very echo in my head. It was very weird, and it was kind of like I think it was slightly in my head that I was thinking this, but it felt like it might be spreading to my other ear or whatever. So when we got to Japan, it was like, well, Tokyo is going to be a good place to go to a doctor. Not that I don't trust Balinese doctors, but trust Japanese doctors a bit more, you know what I mean? So yeah, I went along, and they gave me those pills, and then the next day it felt like kind of better. Might have been some placebo effect, but it felt kind of better. And then by the end of the week they gave me some steroids and some things to make me not have side effects from steroids. I think by the end of that, they were like, oh, my ears, of course. I mean, they were like, oh, we can hear again. They were still like a little bit blocked, still not fully done, but I think it was just like I had an ear infection, and apparently they're made worse by taking hay fever pills. So we realized that like a couple of days before the end of the pills. So I stopped taking the hay fever pill, kept taking those, and now my ears, pretty good. Like on the flight we took to Hong Kong, it was slightly weird because like one ear would pop before the other, because I think the like infected ear was still a bit, a bit dodgy or whatever, like it was still like more congested or more blocked or something like that. But like I can hear fine again. Everything's kind of back to normal-ish, maybe like 95%. Still a little bit, little bit more like eager to pop, I would say, or reluctant to pop, depending on the situation, than the other way. But yeah, I'm happy that I finally made this video, because I've been waiting to make the follow-up parts. I've had this one in storage to have a resolution to it. So yeah, there you go. At least I don't have blood poisoning, Mum? Could be worse. All right.